I guess we should start where I guess these things normally start, which is at the beginning. So we kind of talked about in your bio, like this going from being a skeptic to go and then all of a sudden kind of delving into this world. Can you kind of give us a background of kind of how that started and what it was like going from skeptic to, I guess, what we call woo woo?
Yeah, what we call woo woo, right? Well, for me, I was 32 and very scientific orientation. I have a degree in mathematics, so that's my bachelor's.
You can't get more logical than that.
You can't get more logical than that. If 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2, I don't want anything to do with it.
Exactly.
And I wasn't against anything. You could say religion and spirituality wasn't in, my family or, day to day. It just wasn't in the day to day. And in addition to that, I would even say that my mom went so far as to say, that psychics and mediums, it's all fraud. Everything is fraud. So I just kind of took that, went with it, lived my life. And then I was 32. My grandmother, who was very much like a mom to me as well, was across the country, and I couldn't get to her, but she was passing. So I was on the phone with hospice when she passed, which I was really grateful for that experience. It was the middle of the day, and I got off the phone after she passed, and my husband at the time and my 2 kids went to the grocery store, get the wine and the chocolate. I was like, thank you so much. And I was standing in my living room trying to figure out, should I book a flight? Figure out a way to book a flight because we were really tight financially, or should I fall apart? Like, which one should I do right now? Because I've got my time alone, right? And because my kids were very little. And she showed up in my living room, I'd say about 10 feet in front of me, 70% solid.
Wow.
And directly in front of me, because we've all seen something out of the corner of our eye. That's, and she was standing there oddly sideways, and she turned and looked at me and winked and smiled and then disappeared.
Wow.
And yeah, you can talk lightly about it, but it wasn't a light moment. It was
not for someone who is completely logical.
Completely freaked me out. I yelled something along the lines of, if that was you, don't ever do that again. And I yelled something at myself. Of like, that's ridiculous. Decided it was extreme grief. Let it go. Didn't say anything to anybody. Went to bed.
So this is a full body apparition.
Yeah. I could see through her, but like I said, it was about 70% solid. And now, mind you, I've been a medium now for 20 years. I've only seen something that strong five times at the most, 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
Wow.
So she was being very impactful. The next morning, my husband at the time said, I had the most realistic dream about your grandmother last night, and this is what she was wearing. And he described it to a T of what she was wearing in the living room the day before.
Wow.
Yeah. So that kind of wigged me out a little bit. And I was so far away from spiritual circles, and I was so consumed in the circles of people in, science and finance and stuff like that, that I decided I wanted to prove it. Yeah, I'm going to scientifically prove if this is really her, right? And I thought, okay, I need to find somebody that can tell me about this ghost stuff.